Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn today, and today we're going to try and solve a couple more problems. One, we've got our bypass in over here for our bad water, but we don't yet have one over here. So we're going to see if we can do that. We also need to start thinking about a reservoir to keep more of this area green through these longer and longer droughts. So we're going to work on that. I'd also like to try and get out to the outside of the map out here, see what we can get in, see how far we can get, but we'll work on that as we come to it. So we're going to start today, first of all, with we're going to go up and over this mountain so that we can clear out some of these trees, because I plan to route the bad water from this one over here to where this bad water is, so it can all flow off the map at the same time, and we can keep all of the nice good water in here. So let's see. To do that, we're going to need some stairs. And right now, I think all I still have are, just the log stairs. So let's make our way up the side of the mountain. Actually, here looks like we could just go straight up the mountain. There we go. That's plenty of logs in a row. That's not precarious looking at all. That's all right. They can build that. And then once they're up here, let's go ahead and say, let's take out those two. And then we'll chop the trees down up here just so we have a little bit of extra lumber. Speaking of which, we don't really need those guys there. They're not really doing much. So we have 582 water with 2 days left. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our fluid dump, and we'll get started on that. That should give green to a lot of this area in here, and hopefully it'll stay green for a while. To get to this outer edge out here and access to the mine should we start to need it, I'm going to put back in the stairs. Honestly, I'm not sure why I took those out. I'm pretty sure water can flow right through them, so we'll do something like that, and then we are going to put in a couple of these to get across. Let's take this particular path, come across here. We're going to go through all these dead bushes here, and then we'll put in one more staircase down here. So right now, our beavers just have a whole lot of staircases to put in. They will be carrying logs for these log staircases for a while. We'll go ahead and put that in there, and we'll get a couple more lumberjacks here. Yep, that looks good. And we'll say cut these trees down. Yeah, that will work just fine. We'll let them see if they can get all of that built. Our drought just ended, and I keep forgetting to set up these gates for automation, so we're going to go through and do that real quick. Over here, we're going to want to set this when the drought starts to a 1. When it ends, we're going to want to set it to a 0.5. We don't want that to go over. The bad tide, when it comes through, we're going to set that to a 0. When it ends, we're just going to leave it alone. We might have to manually move stuff for just a bit until we get our stream gauges so we have a bit better control over them. So same thing over here. We're going to go when the drought starts, we're going to go to 1. When it ends, we're going to go to 0.5. Bad tide starts, we actually want that one closed off. And ends, we'll leave alone. Over here is the unusual one. When the drought starts, it's going to be 0. When the drought ends, also going to be 0. When the bad tide starts, though, we want it to go to 1. And bad tide ends, we'll wait on. Same thing here. This one, drought starts, we're going to go 1. Drought ends, we're going to go 0.5. Bad tide starts, we're going to go 0. So hopefully that automatically flips everything around so that we don't get flooded. Did that move these already? Well, we missed our chance to have them automatically move, so we'll just get them moved down just a bit. That can go that way. I would actually like that to be at a 0.5, so we do have water. You know what? We'll put a 1 here, because there's plenty of water coming from that side over there. Our water has started to recover. I'm hoping we get even more in before the end here, but we will see. However, our water farm is full, so we can probably pause it for just a bit, send them to find something else to do. And now, since we have got all of this land here pretty much permanently irrigated, we're going to come in here and we're going to grab a couple of farmhouses here, because as our population grows, we're definitely going to need more and more food. And I'm going to take this out and do, yep, some more stairs right up here. Connect that in. This can go there. Also, while I'm thinking about it, let's toss in maybe this about right here. Once that's built, we'll go ahead and tell them to... Okay, those are already set to be cut. However, we do want this over here out of there. Let's take a road all the way over here. We'll say we don't want that anymore. And now we'll simply start putting in crops. Let's do carrots. And we'll do some extra sunflowers, since we're always seeming to be out of those. Do some of those over here. We're going to do a patch of potatoes, let's say to about there. And then we'll even start tossing in some wheat. And we'll probably take this over for potatoes, and we'll remove... Well, no, we won't be able to do that, but this will come out of here, and we'll put in some more sunflowers once that's all set up and ready to go. We are just slightly behind on water, but hopefully this last one gets filled up. In the meantime, though, we're going to throw caution to the wind and toss in at least 2 more houses here. So we're going to put those in there. And what I'm going to do here, let's see if I can get a ladder. Do I have the science for that yet? Yes, I sure do. We're going to put you in right at the end here. There we go. Yep, and then we can take a road from here, go out this way, and we should have 2 more houses nicely put in there. Let's see if we can get one decoration while we're here. There we are. We'll get the shrub back behind the house. We want one, let's say right there. And they can work on that. As they get more and more stuff, hopefully we get more beavers and we get the supplies to take care of them. Let's see if our gates all work correctly. I'll pause it just in case. That one's up. This one's down. That one is up. That one is down. Here comes the bad water. So we're going to have to wait this one out. We're a little low, but we can go ahead and take that beaver out, have them work on something else. And until this gets bad water, in fact, it might get it here in just a second. A lot of our trees are not going to do well, but we'll see what we can do. There's a little good water in here, but not much. All right, so we can go ahead and pause that. And once that's done, right there. Okay, well, we lost most of our trees here. We definitely need to get some way to redirect this. So let's go ahead. We are up here. Let's grab this. We'll say this lumberjack's here. We're going to cut all of these down like so. And cut those and all of these. And for now, we'll go with that. And we'll say that's very important. And we'll even prioritize haulers so we know that they get out of there. We'll go ahead and turn these off so we can let some of the trees grow up over there. I'm going to keep an eye on this. Once it gets down to about 5 days, maybe 6 days, we'll turn it off and see if we can last the water out for that. Our beavers are starting to get some of these trees taken out of here, and we've got a bit of tree supplies ready to go. So let's go ahead, we'll toss in a couple of levees around here. Put in a couple here. We actually want them here. And then they're going to have to come out and around up here as well. So that way, the water, hopefully, once we get all of this stuff in, can come out. I would like to, we'll just condense it down to 1 here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this tree while we're here. And we'll toss in a couple more. There we go. All of those, all of those. So what we'll do is we'll close this off. And actually, we might put floodgates here. So let's do that. We'll do floodgates here. And we will build some up and put floodgates on this side, because these ones I would like to come out to a reservoir. And then we have the ones that are going to come this way and drop, nope, not the dam, drop the bad water off here. Hopefully. There we go. It's going to come out this way. This way. I'm going to go ahead and put that one in because why not? And we have ladders, so I can build ladders to get to stuff should I need to. Let's see. I want a regular. We're going to do, there it is, just a 1 there as well. Let's say that's important, so they'll come over and get that done. And then we'll wait until they get more done on this to find out exactly what it is that we need to put in for scaffolding for it. They have cleared out our area for us up here, so we can go ahead and send these guys off to do other jobs. In fact, let's find them a little bit of stuff to do. We need that. And we will need 2 more people in there since that did not go as planned. We'll put somebody in there as well. Now we can let our builders build. In fact, I should probably turn everything back on, and whatever gets us logs, basically. So we'll let them continue to work on that. I am also going to come over here. Since we've got our ladder, we're just going to put a ladder down the side of this cliff. We're going to put a ladder over here. And then I want to put in dams here to keep in water, because usually the good water comes all the way down and it mixes with the bad water. And right about here is where the bad water and good water collide. We might put it across here just to give them a little bit of a head start, maybe. We're going to go, let's go that. Something like this. And now, is that going to work in a bad tide? You know what? In a bad tide, that might push back up this way. We might have to do floodgates. We'll try the dams first, and if it doesn't work, well, not a big deal. We'll just take them back out and put in floodgates so that we can completely close them off. Go over here. Go over here to this. We might actually need to switch this out for ladders too so that we can get more in here. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We're just going to say, toss in a ladder here. We'll go something like that. And then we can go 2 up here. Let's clear all this out. We'll say, get those levee pieces in here. There we go. Levees there. Levees there. We're going to put in some platforms. There we go. And we'll get a levee on the other side. Now they've got a path across. Unless I put a path in there. There we go. They've got a path down, and they just need a path over to here. So we can store that much more water. While we've got the supplies, I'm going to go ahead and make some more storage for water. We don't have our current water storage even full, but it never hurts to have a little bit of extra storage there, especially for water. So let's go ahead, we'll put it, we're going to say it's temporary, so let's put it here. Let's do 1, 2, and 3 of them there. Yeah, that should be fine. And hopefully we can get those filled up. I think we're going to need more of these water pumps. However, we're probably going to put them out here. That way, all of this water, once it's dammed off way over here, can be picked up by those pumps. And those pumps should run a lot longer, hopefully. Another couple of things I'd like to do over here is to make this a little bit faster. We're going to go ahead and put in a large pile for logs over here. The planks, they don't need a ton of them, so they can probably get maybe just a small pile here. And I think we'll also try and make a connection using a ladder. We'll go here. Let's come down here and see if this is any closer. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but hopefully that speeds things up. We'll say those are a bit more important. We'll get everything in there, set to logs. We're going to set to obtain, set to planks, set to obtain, and then those can all get brought over, and hopefully this will go a little bit faster. I'm going to go ahead and get in the levee pieces that we need here too. So we'll go ahead, put all these in, and then I'm actually going to put in, I'm going to put in 2 decorative blocks. That doesn't really help us stop the water here, but what we can do is walk across them to get to these. And that should, yeah, we'll just do that. I just have to remember that those aren't real blocks and they don't hold back water. So once we've got that taken care of, and they are building much, much faster now, which is good. So once this is taken care of, we'll go back in and get in our gates. And it looks like this part should be almost ready other than this. No, there's a couple of blocks here. So once those are all in, we'll come back and take another look. Our aquatic farmhouse has pulled in all the spatter dock it can do, and we have as much as we can possibly make of that at the moment. Our food is doing great. Our water is still a little worrying, but our food is doing great. So I'm going to go ahead, toss in some storage here for those 2 things. We're going to set 1 for spatter dock. That's our main storage for that for the moment. And we're going to set 1 for grilled spatter dock so that we can have plenty of that hanging around. Now to get there, we're going to have to come around this side. It's not that big a deal, really. We'll just put in all of these. We'll grab this path here, and we'll put those in. They can get to those as they can get to them. I'm not in a huge rush. We're not down on food or anything. However, us being down on water, I'm going to go ahead and put in, let's see, we want some water pumps here. Let's get, you know what, let's get 3 of them just so we know we'll have enough. We'll put in 1, 2, and 3, and we'll say those are fairly important so that the next time the water comes back, we'll get as much water as we possibly can. I hate to keep being on the losing side of our water storage. Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and drop a storage tank for water over here as well. That way we can just have them load the tank and we'll have the haulers move from the tank over to the main ones over here. I'm noticing our beavers are a little low on the rooftop and the campfire. We did just turn up the hours to get some more water. However, I want to give them an extra campfire in here just in case people aren't making it to the one that we have because it's full. So we'll let them work on that. And then over here, I want to get started on something else food related. I'm going to grab this Dutch windmill that comes from a mod that works absolutely wonderful. We're going to put one in and say it's for, let's see, wheat flour. There we go. And that should grind us up some flour. We're going to need a bakery. Do I have everything I need for that? Yep, I sure do. So we're going to put that in. Yep. And then over here, we're also going to put storage for both. Well, for everything, really. Let's see. We can do 1 and 2 here, and then sneak one more in there. And we'll just grab this and set these up. One for the wheat itself, one for the flour, which is that one, yep, and one for the bread. And then we should have quite a few of the foods. We're starting to get in chestnuts, but I think we've already eaten them, so we'll have to wait until we get a second round of those. We've got 3 days to get in these last 2 pieces, and if we can manage to get in these last 2 pieces with these 3 pumps, we ought to be able to fill up our water supply, which will be a nice change to not have to chase that around. In fact, I'm hoping that we can get even more storage in. Let's see if we can find a nice place for a couple more of these, just so we don't accidentally run out. You know what? We're just going to toss them here for now. There we go. And everybody can come over here and get another drink just as much as they can. When the drought hits, I'm going to go ahead and pause these and these over here and let these run for the longest of time and see if it can keep up or if we need to probably put in another one. It's about time to grow our little apartment type area over here one more time. I'm going to put in 3 here. Hopefully that gets us up to what we need. I might turn this one. Let's see how that looks. There we go. Yeah, that should work just nice. We'll put in their paths. Then here, we can put something in there. I'm not quite sure what yet. Let's get our decorations in. Maybe we'll figure it out. We'll put that, that, and that there. Then we've got this whole corner open that I don't quite know what we'll put in there yet, but we'll put something in there eventually. We're starting to get more and more chestnuts in, and now that we've got all 3 types of grills up and going, I just want to make sure that we have storage for at least the last of the items that we've got there. Let's toss these in as chestnuts. We'll put these in as the cooked chestnuts. There we go. And to get down, I'm thinking we need some kind of... We could probably just do some stairs, but since I have a ladder, we could probably just use a ladder. Let's see, where would a good place for a ladder be? Let's start by putting you maybe there. And then they can climb down there if they need to get all of the stuff that they need. You can see they've got our solution all done over here. So I'm going to go ahead, take out this first decoration block, and we're going to toss in the floodgate for that. One level 1 floodgate right there. We'll say that's slightly more important. Once that's done, we'll come back over there. And then we're going to go in and try and design a... I would say a better system, or at least a small reservoir over here, since even halfway through, this large strip of water, as you can see, went dry. So we just need more water storage here and there. Oh, speaking of which, they've already got that in. Let's go ahead, put this one in real quick. We'll say that's very important. And then want to go ahead and take some of this out. So we're going to say, let's get rid of that. We're going to move you, and we will start putting in levees over here. We're going to build out about, let's say this far for now. It's not a huge amount, but it should hold in at least a little bit of water for us. And hopefully I can replace these 2 with larger gates, and I may end up needing to replace these 2 as well. But we'll get back to that. Let's at least get this in here. There we go. There we go. Oops, didn't need to be quite that tall. We'll take that top level off. There we go. Yep. And they're going to have to build that, so it's going to take a while. That one might not get done today. Our beavers are happier than they've ever been. We've started getting bread, so all we've got left really are the cattail crackers and the maple pastries. The cattails we could actually start getting. We just need to expand our aquatic farm. The maple pastries we still are a little ways off on, but they should be okay. We're out of water in our canals, so we're not going to have wet fur anytime soon, but that's okay. They should be working at a pretty fast rate. Speaking of which, I'm going to redo how they're going to get up there. We're going to go ahead and take that out. I'm going to say, yep, let's just grab a levee, and we'll go up this way. And we'll do this, and we will put in ladders. There we go. And we'll do 2 up this way. Now this is 4 high, so if anybody has not worked with the ladder mod before, you'll find out that you really can only build 2 high from the ground before it just kind of stops working. So what you have to do is you can put in some kind of platform, something for them to stand on there at 2 high, and then they'll be able to build the other 2. So you just kind of have to go with it that way. I think we'll go ahead also and take out these stairs. There we go. We'll take out this here, and we'll grab these levees here, and just go ahead and say, yep, let's finish all of these in here. And we'll figure out how to get the water around once this is built. Well, we had a bit of a splash from the back here that is really, really hurting our economy. So we're going to just toss in a temporary solution. Say that is super important. That is super important. Let's get somebody over here. This will help dry all of this up. I don't want to lose these crops if I can. We're good on food, so I'm not that worried about it. And our water is starting to recover. However, I would like to be able to keep a little more water this time. Make sure that we can get everything that we can. In fact, I might just put this up to 22 hours for now so that they can get that. This will probably have it cleaned up in a day or so. So I think that's going to do it for this time. Next time, we'll try and get our reservoir finished. We might even expand its size a little bit. Hopefully, this will be nice and dry by next time. Oh, yeah, there it goes. So we're good there. We can actually just pause this for the moment. This will dry up, so I'm not too worried about it. But we're on our way. The colony is coming along. It still feels like we're on our back foot just a little bit, but we're getting closer to being okay. So just hopefully we can get this all taken care of. But just want to say thank you very much for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.